the most part, still stressed out. A lot of stuff going on in life, actually, and a lot of stuff going on with me. I'm very stressed out. I had this meeting at 8:30 today. 3 hours from now. Hope it goes well. I keep records and receipts of like everything. So, um, yeah, I hope it goes well. But if it doesn't, you know, in that mindset, at least there's a record of me being here. Yeah, something positive that happened. And that one, actually, I always feel that way. And my tendency to be that way is interesting. Just like sit down and talk and be one of those people who, like 500 years from now, right? They're gonna look back on the internet and know that, you know, this person was on Earth, you know, humanity, and humanity's sake, right? This is so very interesting to think about, because we only get 80 or 90 years here, right, on Earth. The average human lifespan is only 80 or 90 years, so you get 100 years to do everything that you'd like to, or at least creatively express yourself in some way. When I connect with art, um, for the most part, right, I always feel weird saying something like that, but I'm so stressed out lately that I think that I need to sit down and talk about it, right? But how do you do that, right? Usually I just turn on my stream and I have like a plan. I'm a goal-oriented person, so I plan these things out. I even script them. So it's just one of those things where, you kind of just let people be. You should just leave people be in that way. Because from that frame of thinking, you know, you can get a lot more done just preaching acceptance and having a nurturing attitude with certain things, right? And I'm that way. I don't know. I'm usually very nice and kind of leave people to their own things. Don't really involve myself with others very often. It's so interesting having to deal with like people on the internet because you never know who you run into. I might run into like some creeps on the internet. I might get the cavity creep, or I don't know. There are a lot of people. I can't identify with their reasoning at all. It's bigoted, oftentimes mean, and I don't know. I just think that's one part of it that I don't like.
살다 보면 처음에 시작할 때 의도가 아무리 좋았었더라도
Sometimes I feel like, no one on earth can understand what I'm going through sometimes, because I'm the only person these things have happened to. So, from that point of view, I guess as an individual, you have to sort of maintain that balance of knowing yourself and knowing what you can and can't do, knowing what is actually happening and what you want to do. It's all just in that frame of thinking in the back of my mind. Because in the back of my mind, I actually have like goals and stuff I hope to accomplish. Like, I need to at some point get a master's degree. I mean, I'm already college educated, but at some point I have to. In the back of my mind, I have to finish that. Or even just be as educated as a person with a master's. And I'm already 26, so approaching 30, I'd say I pretty much have it. I have that intelligence level, and I actually address myself that way. But the placard, I don't know. The placard you have to pay for, right? It's just uh, that's such an interesting observation. But yeah, I just have to recollect my thoughts here. My stream kept ending. Something was going on. Something like that. But I'm pretty sure the same person who ended my stream is also angry at me for some reason. Because it should work correctly. I do this sort of frequently. I like to do like little things, plan little videos, whatnot. Um, but I'm so stressed out. You have no idea. I have like bills, health bills, student loans, everything. I'm sitting here just, right? Gosh darn it, right? That's so funny to me. I don't know. But yeah, today I sat down in a restaurant and I cried to the damaged version of Salvador Mundi. This is a damaged version. It's actually kept in a storage locker. The uh, the original isn't on display. It's an overpaint, and it's a fake, most likely. But that's just a theory. Um, what I like about this painting, though, is it's sort of like the cusp of 15th century Romanticism and painting in general. It's Leonardo da Vinci, so a lot of spirituality and history attached to it, and it's been damaged over time, right? But some of the damages actually directly reflect um, other artworks or other things within the world. So this green given off here um, is most likely the same emerald green as this other painting, which surrounds the patron Saint Mary. Um, I believe the Church of Versailles, but this is a green angel with a veil. When I say a green angel in veil, just because that's the way I've always pronounced that. But what's interesting about this is that green is coming off of Salvatore Mundi's aquamarine blue garment. And it's the same emerald green used here. At least I think. It's just a direct reflection. It looks so, you know, accurate to that. That and the therefore symbol. This is actually their symbol, therefore. It's a three dot. Very interesting. You know, almost like active thought. Um, or made to give you an active thought. That's what it means. Three dots. They're also reflected in the damages above his hand, held in a cross. In this way. I just thought it was so very interesting the first time I saw it. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only person to view this painting as much as I have. It's just because I have like a really keen observation. That and, you know, I'm fascinated by historical premises and, you know, painting. Painting in general. Art and its meaning to the world. But yeah, today I just like sat down and I seriously just like stared at this painting and cried. Just because I'm going through so much lately. So stressed out. And making like a commentary about life and having an observation of everything. Oh, by the way, I did this at work. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool, right? I don't know, I thought it would go good in some sort of a CCA bowl or like Greek yogurt, pecans, almonds, cashews, something like that. Sounds so good right now, right? I would make that. I like pecans, almonds and stuff. Cottage cheese, cream cheese. I don't know. It just looked really beautiful. I did this while I was working. I decided to take a picture of it. Figured I'd like share that, you know? It's kind of sweet, actually. But aside from that, not a lot of positive things happening to me lately. I always feel like I need to keep record of myself because in any turn of events, something bad will happen. There'll be no record of the time period that I spent here actually, doing something or being able to speak or having an open mind about that sort of stuff. I I really do um, think of myself as like a positive person, a very good person too. Like I've done volunteer work. I I hand out jackets and gloves when doing DoorDash and water bottles in the summer, socks to homeless people. But even with all that good being done, the reflection you think karmically would actually be something like, I don't know, say, um, good things will come back to you if you do good to other people. And usually that may be the truth, but the world can be sort of a cruel place in that way, where you don't really understand why something bad happens to you. It just happens, and you have to move on, persevere, fix it in some way. I don't know. I don't know. Student loans, bills, time, death, and taxes. Right? At least we know that'll be there forever. I guess. At least we know that's the truth. Is that we all have bills. And that's how I feel sometimes, actually. Is that I don't know. I work so, gosh, darn hard all the time. I have no idea. This is a fax machine? This is, this is a fax machine from Office Space. But the reason I pulled this up, actually, is because I I thought about it, and the way that I work is I'll work so many back-breaking manual labor jobs. Things where I'm lifting, or like I'll be somewhere I don't want to be, cold temperatures, my body is exhausted, dead on arrival as I get home because I'm so tired. I'll be walking around all day. I usually have like 3 jobs, right? Full time, part time, and then uh, this delivery app that I work. Right? That's a usual. That's a usual thing. That's the way the world is now, and it's so hard you have to work to pay for things and to be able to do anything, you know. So I work very hard, and even with that, you think good things would come back to you if you were a hard worker and you are a genuine person and you're nice to everyone and you have good manners and this, that, and the other. But in that aspect, I don't know, because I work so hard at these manual labor jobs or things that are stressful, or I'm a chef at a restaurant, and sometimes I'll think, you know, what I wouldn't give to have my own best cubicle and just like a chair where I could not even do my work. Like,
No, not again.
because that's not how those kind of jobs work. That's not how they work, you know? There's beginning, middle, and end, and you're there until the job's done. But when you go into an office cubicle, you kind of have time to just, you have time to waste. I don't ever have time to waste.
Why does it say pepper jam when there is no pepper jam? I swear to God, one of these days I just kick this piece of shit out the window.
You and me both, man. Thing is lucky I'm not armed. Both, man. Thing is lucky I'm not armed.
Piece of shit. I guess that's why I'm working.
I don't know though. She's like out this up. It's freezing reasons. Some reason.
An attack.
No, you're working at Initech because that question is bullshit to begin with. If everyone listened to her, there'd be no janitors because no one would clean shit up if they had $1 million.
You know what I would do if I had $1 million? I would invest half of it in low-risk mutual funds and then take the other half over to my friend Asadullah who works in securities.
Samir, you're missing the point. The point of the
I actually like this clip because not only is it, you know, just him there talking about what you would do
shit up
with a vast number of monies, but also because it's directly
had $1
linked to
million.
this.
You know what I would do if I had $1 million? Risk mutual funds and then take the other half over to my friend Asadullah who works in securities.
Samir, you're missing the point.
It's also directly linked to Samir, her breaking the car.
Pass sharp right, sharp right, sharp right. Listen, Sammy, you have to listen to my call, Sammy. Please, I beg you. Pass medium
Samir, you have to listen.
right. You have to turn the wheel, Sammy. 40. Pass medium left. 50.
You just said shut up.
Downhill, triple caution.
Shut up, man.
Triple caution, stay center. Triple caution, stay center. Whoa.
Samir,
Concentrate, Sammy, please. Medium left, long. Turn in. Medium left.
but here's the premise here, is that within media and everything, there are certain archetypal differences and stuff like that, where references will be made in connection to other things too. I didn't have this other video. I just want to watch her return. It's birds. It's flipping birds, man. In the snow. Watch it. Okay. Hold on. Here. Goofy ravens playing in the snow. Kind of cute. Ravens are so smart, actually. They're on the intelligence of, I'd say, a dog, maybe a small dog, you know. But in that way, you can make the observation, you know, why do people keep dogs and domesticated animals? It's more so for companionship, right? They need something to connect with in some way. And it's an interesting observation. Just the fact that a raven can basically do math. A raven can talk, you know, like a crow can talk for some reason. And they're good carrier pigeons. I'd rather use a raven than a pigeon to send a message. But I'm very glad that cell phones make this now, you know, even though I don't have a single person in my cell phone at all, not a single text message whatsoever. No one cares for me at all. But maybe instead of a cell phone, I'll just get a raven and tie a little note to its foot, and then tell it to deliver a message, actually. That sounds so much better. What I was referring to earlier about it is that I am so stressed out. Just need to see, like, something happy, right? That mindset, yeah. But anyways, in American media, there are certain archetypal differences, like character differences. You know, there's always like an authoritarian person. There's always a comedic relief, and there's always like that chill guy. You know, in every show, all the time. It's I don't know, within story building tops or the way that characters are, but the way that people can be is sort of the same way in that aspect where certain personality types actually coincide with one another. So I'm more so an introverted person. So someone who is outgoing, or more talkative, extroverted with other people usually connects well with me. But I don't know. From that standpoint, I've never been around another person that is sort of like me in that way, you know? Where I feel as though I dissociate in some way when things are going bad. And things have just been going entirely too bad for me, actually, lately. And I don't want to complain about it at all, but just in that mindset, being able to speak about it and to sit down and share an honest thought and just have it be, you know, on record for record keeping, because I need to keep receipts of everything. Seriously. And if you're a person and, you know, someone treats you badly, keep a receipt of that, for sure. In the back of your mind, I internalize everything. Literally everything. I'll take it to heart, I'll think about it, I'll repeat it over and over, almost like not that, but I do keep receipts, and I don't know, it's hard to get off my good side in that way. It's important to, you know, to make sure that people treat you correctly and how, you know, they should in some aspects. But I keep so many receipts. I have like a list of things that have happened to me. I won't pull it up. Actually, I will. Hold on 1 second. I have this like pull list. I won't scroll through it, but it's up. Zoom in on it. Here. I'm not even gonna open it. It's kind of personal and stuff like that. But I named it real life occurrence titles happen to me actually. And what it is just weird titles for situations I shouldn't have gone through in some way. Like, I should not have gone through this, so I write it down. That's kind of my receipt for record keeping. But today's general topic is record keeping, because, you know, sometimes you run into people who just straight up lie. Like, I didn't do that to you. Yes, you did. Yes, you flippin' did. That's like shutting the door in someone's face, right? And then they knock again, and you open it, and you act like you never did it. Why'd you shut the door on my face? I didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you flippin' did. That's how I can be sometimes. But yeah, I have a meeting at 8:30, so I kind of have to preemptively do this. I just want something positive to happen to me somewhere. I have to make something positive. I have to be doing something at all times. I'm that goal oriented. And in perspective, just I don't like people who, you know what, maybe it's not that I don't like them, I just feel like smart people who are intelligent, don't like to feel like they're doing nothing. And usually people who are intelligent are very hardworking too. So, and I'm not. I think I referred to it earlier, but like I've been working for so long that it's just second nature for me to continue doing anything I'm doing, you know, even regarding work and stuff. I have to be that way, you know? And a lot of people are that way, internally and outwardly. And it's observation of, I'd say, not even, you know, just yourself, but humanity in general, to the prospect of just perseverance, especially because that almighty, you know, the almighty dollar sign that we all live under, the currency exchange, everything just exists for people, and that's the system in which we live. And being that now it's 2025, with information, it's the information age. It's November 17th. Fall is over. Autumn is over. We're transferring now into winter solstice. It'll be winter solstice soon. So, Ascended year, and just to recap some of the stuff, keep receipts. And this year has been horrible, actually, for me.
Mach de Black November zum Jovember mit de Black Weeks.
This year has been so bad
하다 보면
that
처음에
I just don't even
Im
know.
Mediamarkt und
아무리 좋아
何でも
None of them.
知らないわよ。知ってることだけ。
I just don't even know, but I only know what I know, you know.
私が知ってるのは私が知っていることだよ。知ってることだけ。私が知ってるのは
Here's
私
what I
が
was
知ってい
talking
ること
about.
だけなの。何でもは知らない。
So you know how Avengers movies always has a Stan Lee cameo? Well, it's the most unsubtle thing in American media, because we just have a different tendency. People actually really do like those kinds of cameos and stuff like that, but they'll point them out so deliberately. What's interesting about this is that it's a premise that transfers within story building and characters across TV shows, but this being a different form of entertainment, I just thought it was interesting that these two characters look the exact same, and they both sort of have catchers.
マイシーです。あ、オカリントゥットゥル。
Do-da-do,
トゥットゥル。
do-da-do.
トゥットゥル。トゥットゥル。外日差
Sorry, I just wanted to say.
し強いから。じゃあね。トゥットゥル。
What is she doing?
トゥットゥル。マイシーです。知ってることだけ。何でもは知らないわよ。知ってるこ
But you
と
see
だ
what
け
I'm。talking about?
何でもは知らないわよ。
They both have catchphrases.
知ってることだけ。何でもは知らないわよ。知ってることだけ。何でもは知らないわよ。
Just like
知ってることだけ。
things they
何で
always
もは知ら
say. Things characters or people always say. You know? And that's kind of what I do. That's like a brief reflection
何でもは
of the way that I am. Is that I'm always nice. I'm always forward thinking. I'm 26, pacifistic, Buddhist, raised Catholic. Like I was beat with a ruler. You know what I mean? I was beat with a ruler. That's how strict Catholic I was. So now just being, you know, Buddhist, it's completely different. But,
살다 보면
you know, I'm always that
처음 시작할 때
because I have to be. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm always a good person. I always make the right decision.
知らないわよ。
I always have a catchphrase.
てってるー。外日差し強いから。じゃあね。てってるー。
Da-da-dum,
知ってることだ。
da-da. Sorry. This is so entertaining. I start saying that all the time.
マユシーです。あ、あかりんトゥットゥルー。おーい、トゥットゥルー。
It's so cute. So, but that being said, in ways that I have to be, I'm so stressed out lately. And I believe this is like the 6th time I said something about it. But I seriously cannot even process what's happening half the time. I'll sit down and I'll think to myself, well, this is not going well, so nothing else happens to me. Right? I'm most likely wrong. You know? Or maybe not. Who knows? But at this point, I'm so fed up with everything that's been happening to me lately. And I'm like actually giving up on certain aspects of my personality. Where I'll sort of sacrifice, I guess, being myself, or even answering, or thinking, for the sake of just nothing, actually. I won't even respond, sometimes. And that's part of going through, like, trauma and addressment, because I'll dissociate and detach from certain things, and not be able to properly address it, just because it'll be so out of left field, backhanded, winded. I won't have anything to support, you know, that mindset where I don't know. A mindset where it's like perseverance is better than giving up. You know? Because it is that bad sometimes. But that being said, I believe it's most likely best to do the things that you need to do within life and not really look to others or expect others to really do anything for you. And I never do. I've never had much. Never wanted anything in my life. Never asked for anything. That's kind of the type of person that I am.
아무리 좋았어더라도
I think a lot of more people should be that way. Just because it's just one of those things where it's like accommodation or even expectation, or, you know, the way that people are socially centered around an idea that entitlement is something that you should be once you gain a certain privilege. So I just don't know. I never look down on people, though, ever. I'm very accepting. Other people may not be. You might run into some weirdos on the internet who are not as accepting, and they're kind of, you know, backhanded, stupid, bigoted, you know? And that's happened to me before, actually. A lot of grown children in the world. You don't want to be raising someone's grown man, you know, someone's child. But I've ran into some, like Chad. I've ran into Chad once in a while. Call him Chad or Kevin. Kevin, your dog just died. This is Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Wait for the end. Dude, that is.
Kevin, your dog just died. Kevin, your dog just died.
This is Kevin. Okay. You know a guy named Kevin?
You know,
Kind of the type, broad shoulders, a lot of muscles, not too bright.
my next guest from the show, Haven. Please give it up for Eric Balfour.
I thought this one was interesting. Kind of reminds me of the same kind of guy Kevin is.
Nice to meet you. How you doing? You feeling all right?
Get generic ass man bun.
What are some, what do you think? About, who's the hottest girl you ever hooked up with?
Hooked up with a wardrobe designer once.
You hooked up with a wardrobe girl?
Have you seen this guy before?
When she would bring my wardrobe into the trailer in the morning.
I think that's
so mean. I'm sorry.
the way to go. You don't want to hook up with, like, Oriental background. Is that weird? Yeah, even.
I think it's weird that.
Let me just say it again. 5. Is that weird? Yeah, even.
I think
it's. I want to talk. Is this your directorial debut?
Yeah, this is my feature directorial debut.
I like this interview because he starts to say something like,
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
What's it about?
"How are you ever gonna get a career in this?"
The premise of the movie.
So Jesus Hates Zombies is based on a comic book. The world is taken over by.
He starts freaking out.
Just take your time. Take your time.
I don't need to take my time. I'm just saying.
Take your time. It's okay.
Between the fucking wall, you know what? Okay, between the fucking wall, you know. Like I walked in, it's hot too. It's fucking hot. It's hot too. It's fucking hot. Between the fucking wall, you know what? Okay, between the fucking wall, you know. Like I walked in, it's hot too. It's fucking hot.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is the type of dude.
You're a makeup artist. What's the tell him?
I don't know, just feel cookie cutter.
What's the game called? With the stick.
Does that mean for me to feel that way? I don't know. Maybe I'm not entirely unique, but
She didn't. You know that's not a. How do you expect to ever like have a career doing this? Like have a career doing this.
I just think it's so funny.
You know that's not a. How do you expect to ever like have a career doing this?
Just that observation.
You ever want like you bring?
I don't know. Maybe it's not that. Maybe you shouldn't see people as that way. People are so multifaceted, much deeper than that, right? But I don't know. Just in some aspects, I really don't like to interact with like chat from the internet. You know, kind of just rather just do my own thing. You know, but you run into chat from wherever, and they'll try to force their belief system on you. And I'm sorry, I don't identify with your Anglo-Saxon Western education. Is that wrong with me? I don't know. I guess that just comes with like research. It's with research, education, and that mindset, that people can exist and be different in a way, even in the propensity of just nature of a person or personality, because I've ran into a lot of the wrong types before, so I just try not to be that way. I don't know. Maybe that's more just an observation of the world. Shouldn't be so mad at the world for what the world has done to me. Just be accepting, persevere. But also, if Chad or Kevin ever says anything to me, I just look at Chad and Kevin as they're of lesser intelligence. Chad and Kevin are of lesser intelligence. You can't fix it. Don't ever know. You know, they don't get him. They don't know they're wrong. Chad and Kevin will die on their hill. They'll die on their hill, shouting to the heavens about how they're right. About fantasy football or something. I don't know. I don't like fantasy football. Sorry, Kevin.
No. 黒瀬くん、天童ちゃん。
That's how life can be sometimes. I am sort of stressed out, so I do like how these two characters here, they have similar names and similar hairstyles. If you look, they're from two different shows. Makise from Steins Gate, Makima from Chainsaw Man. Essentially the same person, but what I always thought is that it's a depiction of the patron Saint Mary, actually, in some way. And this one, she's evil, but...
新幹線内で銃撃にあった。死体があるからか。
And I pointed it out. It was one of those subtle things. But I feel like these shows have been around for so long that someone needed to kind of point it out. You know, no one else knows that. So I thought it was very cool. Right. I'll go over here. I've been here. This one's from another show. Same hairstyle. What's up? What's up with that? Right. Those names are awesome. I'd like to go to the next one. My name starts on X. So, but yeah. I don't know. Tidbits of information, archetypal differences, that and strength, right? Because if you're around someone who you don't identify with, or you're not entirely comfortable with, and then they start to stress you out in some way, there's no aspect of yourself that you can share with them at that point. Once I'm stressed out, actually, I completely shut down. And it's not a problem that I have, it's just that I'll be preventative with the actions and feelings that I share with another person after they do or say or think something, you know, that could harm me or in some way. I don't want to be harmed, you know? I go through too much pain, too stressed out, my feet are tired. I walk everywhere. I ride a bike to work because it's the greener option. I'm saving the planet. But after like a long day at work, say a 9-hour shift, right? 12-hour shifts, and then you ride your bike home. You know, that's 10 miles afterwards, after you've worked the entire time. So, it's accumulatory, and it builds up. And what's interesting about that, it's not only when suffering is happening, but in those small moments of like silence, it's important to maintain just a balance of whether or not, you know, you can put a placement on your own thought, your own feeling, you know? It's not always entirely in that moment where you're able to actually assess and address everything properly, emotionally. So it's good to look back in retrospect and actually be one of those type of people who is mindful and does have those things. So
처음에 시작할 때 의도가
I don't know.
아무리
Some people get
좋았어도
dealt a bad rap in life. You hope it wouldn't happen, but it does sometimes. And at that point in time, it's purely recovery, or not even recovery, but just I've been through so much trauma where I feel as though I've been talked down to so often that I need to be more assertive somewhere.
何でもは知らないわよ。
I've been downtrodden. The level of my work is actually much higher than a lot of other people, or even paintings or skills, even wrestling. I'm actually fully capable in every way possible, but it's just being talked down to, downtrodden, or even being made to feel a certain way will keep you in that mindset where it's social conditioning, actually. Some sort of social conditioning where it's repetitive and it'll keep you down and not wanting certain interactions afterwards. You might not want to speak to people if people persistently call you name, they hurt you, harm you in some way. And there are a lot of things that a person can do to hurt you, actually. So I like to avoid all of that. I like to anticipate and steer clear say people who enjoy that kind of thing. Because there are people who do that. Who are just like, whatever, screw this guy, like, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep messing with him. And they just ha 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 ha. I don't even want to use that laugh because that's an automaton. Ha 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 ha. As an automaton, I feel nothing. Right? But I do. I actually do feel something. So
살다 보면
please don't,
처음에 시작할 때 의도가
don't be like that person who just like completely trashes every aspect about other people feel. Be mindful enough, It's decent enough advice for anyone, but
the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
you don't run into that kind of thing very often. Even someone who's considerate, has everything together, and in that aspect, I guess. I don't ever feel that way, but I just have to maintain that thought that my education and what I'm doing now, even creatively, just like paintings, I pull up credit. Just with paintings and stuff, I just have to maintain I'm the only person on earth to make the things that I make, and it's important. It's deeply connected to who I am, actually. And some people just look at art and what's made is like this person is doing just doing something just to do it, just to do it. I don't do things just to do it, I have a goal in mind, prospect. And it's important to be hardworking in that way. Swimming, goal setting, and everything. But I'll tell you this last little thing here. And I actually have to get ready for my meeting, but waiting for this program to load. Wait away. No. Oh, come on. Come on, Bertha. What's going on here? This computer actually should run perfectly, but there's other things occurring. I've done like a bunch of stuff. But like I said, you know, at the end of paying. Oh, what's funny about this? Still have to paint this. But
살다 보면 처음에 시작할 때
as I paint
의도가
it,
아무리
kind of do
좋았을
it.
거라도
This is the portfolio. I'm waiting for a critic to respond. Or,
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
where's Estrion?
Yeah.
Same thing. I think that's actually the same thing.
Hey, お兄ちゃん、ピースピース。
Peace, peace. Yay.
イエーイ。お兄ちゃん、ピースピース。
Peace, peace. Yeah. That's so funny. Alright. Sorry to paint this. Alright. 1 second. It looks so bad. You know how hard it is to paint? You know how hard it is to paint Salvador Monday with a mouse cursor? I started to do it, and then I took a break. I have to like do this. I didn't hear some graffiti. Color block graffiti that I did with, I don't know. This too. I think they look like this. But I don't know, I just think of that frame of mind. It's important to really maintain. That's it. Important to maintain. Just have some sort of creative intensity for everything. Or else it might not be something that, you know, ends up being helpful, you know? Just because I have a like main frame of thinking where it's better to anticipate some portion of negativity always, and to just be ready for someone to say no, or someone to downtrap what you're doing, and even artistically, you know, from the point of view of an artist, it is difficult to do anything in life without someone in your corner,
살다 보면
and
처음에
I really don't have
시작할 때
anyone.
의도가
So I gotta just spend my time just painting. Okay. I'm wait for this. Frame shit up there.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Let's wait for one. Might be the last thing that I show. But just for that record and record keeping, maintaining that positive personification, what actually I am, you know, as a person, because I have so many bad things going on, happening to me, that it's necessary just to point out that, you know, not everything is supposed to go well. You know, it's supposed to be 100% happy all the time. No one is, you know? And it's okay to be upset and sad. Upset. It's okay to cry. To something or undo. Or even try to. Sometimes I cry when I get ice cream. So it's really strange about that. But I actually like this one. See, it's like a, I don't know, metamorphosis. You know, don't be a pill bug. Don't be Franz Kafka's pill bug from Metamorphosis. Alright? But life and everything can hit you like a truck. If I'm being honest. It can. This is just a little animation. For now. But yeah. You're not supposed to be happy all of the time. You're not supposed to be happy, you know, doing stuff all of the time. This one, it will never be that way. So it's okay to maintain some aspect of perseverance. Gotta hope that in the right frame of thinking, life does something for you just for being a good person. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. And that just because I'm an insanely good person, nothing else will go wrong. But after a time period, I thought to myself, you know, gosh darn it, nothing has ever gone right. Right? I don't know though. Might just be one of those things with people. All the work you do for other people may not ever be appreciated truly for what it is, right? And I'm that way. I'm that way. That's why I try to maintain, you know, some sentiment. Sentiment of respect, or maybe it's just to appreciate truly and value the people around you, because they're beneficial, and you should appreciate the people around you for who they are. But if they're not, if it's not, you know, one of those things. One of those things, you know? Appreciate the people around you and value them. Or else they miss out on appreciating them. And they're gone. They'll just leave. They'll leave, or something will happen. God forbid. Right? You hope nothing happens. Right? Sometimes it does. Sometimes something will happen, and you never know the outcome. So, life. Okay? Life is so subtle
하다
and
보면
cruel. You wouldn't
처음에
think that,
시작할 때 의도가 아무리
people would be that way. And they can kind of be that way. Life's, like I said earlier today, and it'll be my final thought, actually, just within this commentary, is life's cruel joke is everything that you can't have, or even everything that you don't have, and failing to appreciate what you do. So, I don't know, maybe there's some moral implicit lesson to everything, and every person really is searching for, something in life. We all want love, all deserve it, at least I feel. Searching for that one thing, right, in life, and more often than not, that's love, in some shape or form. So, but yeah, final note. Alright. It's November, end of the year. I might do another one of these New Year's and stuff, or even Christmas. But happy holidays. Alright. They're coming up. 'Tis the season. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. Peace, peace. Peace, peace. I always say that to other people. I say peace on earth, brother. So rude to that. But yeah, peace. Peace, peace. Yeah.
イエーイお兄ちゃんピースピースイエーイ
처음에 시작할 때
イエーイ
아무리 좋았어더라도
ピースピース
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Oh.